This is Sunrise Extra, streaming live on Wave Now.
7 o'clock right now on this Wednesday morning, and here's Tawana. I think we're going to all enjoy this forecast.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will be happy with me because I don't think a lot of people were happy with me when we had the sub-freezing temperatures start the week. I think it was a little bit of a shock to the system. Now we're starting off the day in the 40s for every single one of us, which usually we're seeing mid to upper 40s and some low 50s for highs for this time of the year. So that just puts us slightly below that just to start off the day. And we're dealing with a lot of these clouds overhead. We've had some drizzle here and there, but most of us have just been dealing with these mid to upper level clouds, and that's it. We'll keep the clouds around through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon as highs today jump all the way into the mid to even upper 50s. Now, while most of the daytime hours will be dry as we get into tonight and early tomorrow, some light rain will move into parts of our region, especially for those of you in Kentucky. But in Indiana, this is where we can get a little bit of some snow trying to mix in with the rain, but not expecting much from that. Rob?
Tawana, thanks so much as we keep our eyes on what may change the roads on Thursday. Right now, things looking pretty good. The big picture looking pretty clear out there. Good Wednesday morning to you. Looking at the big map right now, no major slowdowns, no accidents. We are keeping our eyes on the Snyder right down there around Fern Creek at 150. That little yellow area there, it is getting a little bit bigger, which is showing intermittent backups down there. No reports of accidents, but certainly watch your speed as you approach that area if that is where your travels take you. Looking at your drive times on 71, looking pretty good. LaGrange to Snyder at 10 minutes and Snyder to the junction right now at 9 minutes or under. So things looking pretty clear. We'll keep you posted throughout the duration of your Wednesday morning. Back over to you.
Thank you. President Trump said the U.S. is in a golden age as he spoke to Congress in a record-long State of the Union. In the wide-ranging speech, the president boasted about his administration's economic achievements and initiatives like reducing inflation, lowering some prescription drug prices, and cutting taxes. The president also defended his immigration crackdown and tariff policies. It comes after the Supreme Court rolled back his power to use tariffs in a ruling last week. The president also blamed Democrats for any economic issues. Democrats say the White House is causing strain on Americans' wallets.
The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years.
No, you can demand more. And that we are working to lower costs. We are working to keep our communities and our country safe, and we are working for you.
And we have reaction this morning from local lawmakers to the president's address. Rob Wells is here with some of their takeaways. Rob?
Shannon, Republicans and Democrats had very different reactions, as you can imagine, to the speech. Kentucky Republican Congressman Brett Guthrie released a statement. It said in part that, quote, tonight the president outlined a vision of prosperity shared widely across the Republican Party by unleashing American energy, lowering health care prices, and supporting U.S. innovators. Meanwhile, roughly half of House and U.S. Senate Democrats skipped President Trump's State of the Union address altogether. And that included Kentucky Congressman Morgan McGarvey. Before the speech, he said that, quote, the president tries to normalize violence and gaslights Americans into believing that rights are disposable. Americans cannot pretend that these are normal times. In a show of bipartisanship, Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie sat with Democratic Representative Ro Khanna during the speech. Both have been critical of President Trump's and the Department of Justice's handling of the Epstein files. a lot more and a lot of reaction from both sides, and certainly both sides not holding back. Shannon, back over to you.
Thank you, Rob. A piece of priority legislation is now heading to the Kentucky Senate. House Bill 1 made it through the House. The bill would let Kentucky join a federal education tax credit program. By donating to scholarship groups to private schools, Kentuckians could earn federal tax benefits. Supporters argue that the program would use no state tax dollars and would only take advantage of existing federal tax provisions. Some lawmakers raise concerns about the speed of the bill's movement and accountability to enforce its proper use.
We need to support our Kentucky families and our children and offer them all of the opportunities that we can.
Without giving our members here in the General Assembly or the public the opportunity to read and analyze this bill, it erodes public trust.
The bill comes not long after the state Supreme Court struck down a school choice bill. This measure is moving to the state Senate for further consideration. The Spencer County School Board has voted to approve staffing cuts in the district. It comes as the board is trying to figure out how the district ended up in a more than $1 million budget shortfall. Wave News reporter Kirsten Foote shares what community members had to say.
Current teachers, former students, and district parents gathered before the Spencer County School Board, letting their voices be heard. They urged the board to not approve job cuts within the district. This all comes after Superintendent Willie Foster says the district's new CFO found some inaccuracies with state money coming into the district. He says it was a mistake that led them to believe they had $1.5 million more in their budget than they actually did. Now the superintendent says they have to reset the budget, and that will mean cutting jobs. Many people spoke at the meeting, including Katie Dill. She and her husband are both teachers for the district.
Who shows up to events they don't have to attend, but choose to go to because they're invested in our future and our kids. They believe in what they do, and they show up to events like 8th grade now. Because these are the families that have given decades to this community. These are the families that trust us with their kids.
Despite some hesitation, the board voted to preliminarily approve those staffing cuts, but it's still not clear what positions will be affected. The administration emphasized that this is a formality required by March 1st and can be adjusted as state funding becomes clear. Shannon, back to you.
Thank you, Kirsten. Some Norton Healthcare patients may get a notice in their mail as Norton Healthcare has agreed to resolve a class action lawsuit over a data breach case where personal information was potentially exposed. The breach happened in May of 2023. Norton Healthcare has agreed to pay $11 million to resolve the lawsuit, with those impacted being eligible to receive up to $2,500. People are eligible to receive compensation if they identify as someone whose personal information may have been compromised during the May 2023 data breach. To opt in or out of the settlement, go to this story on wave3.com. 2 men are in jail after police say they were spotted in a stolen car in downtown Louisville. LMPD SWAT team moved in, leading to a chase that ended in arrest right outside of Wave's studio parking lot. The incident happened on February 17th on I-65 South in the downtown area. Video shows SWAT cars behind a stolen car and then using a grappler device to stop the car. That deploys a net from the cruiser and it wraps around a suspect's rear wheel. 2 suspects inside the car got out, started running away. 1 man was arrested immediately. The second was tracked by an LMPD drone while running down South Floyd Street. That was right before he was arrested outside of Wave. Detectives recovered guns. LMPD says both suspects they arrested were convicted felons. This shot from our building security camera shows the man arrested at our back gate. You can see police cruisers surrounding him before tackling him to the ground and putting him in handcuffs. Police have not yet released the suspects' names or charges. The drone used in this arrest was part of MetroSafe's DFR, which stands for Drones as First Responder Program. The drone comes equipped with thermal imaging and it's able to spot people at night. Right now, LMPD has 14 drones that can be transported in the trunk of a police car and then deployed on location. LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey says he wants to see twice that many drones in the future. Unfinished work and unreturned deposits have a local fencing company facing legal consequences. In a near-empty Jefferson County courtroom, a judge ordered the owners of Cardinal Fencing and Security to pay up. The company's owners were supposed to be in court to address the ongoing problems, but they didn't show up. A judge ordered the company to pay a default worth more than $70,000 to a finance company called Itria Ventures. The finance company sued Cardinal Fencing and Security for breaching a sales agreement. Another man who says he paid nearly $2,500 to Cardinal Fencing for work that was never completed also received a default judgment. The man says he wished he would have done more research on the company before handing over his money.
In this case, it would have been good if we checked them. Even this going on Facebook would have probably helped us out a lot. You know, Yelp is another one. There's a whole list on Yelp as well that have gotten poor service out of him. So do a little homework before you give him the deposit, for sure. He showed up the next day.
As of yesterday, that man still had not received the refund or legal fees he's owed. We reached out to the owner of Cardinal Fencing for a comment. We are waiting to hear back. TARC has approved increased fares now for Metro bus riders. Right now, one ride costs $1.75. The single ride will go up to $2.25 under the new fare schedule. The decision also increases the prices of daily, weekly, and monthly passes. The new rates will take effect March 2nd. Officials say passes currently on your MyTARC card will continue to function the same way. Old TARC 3 tickets will no longer be accepted beginning May 3rd. The world's largest gravy competition will be in town this Saturday, 13th year. We'll take a preview of some of the competitors' special recipes. Who will win the Gravy Cup? This Saturday for the 13th year, the world's largest biscuit and gravy competition will be back at Slugger Field. More than 30 professional chefs and home cooks will put their recipes to the test. Plus, it raises money for a great cause. Marissa Burke has a preview.
This weekend you can try so many different recipes of biscuits and gravy. I'm at Vernon Lanes with Chef Russell with his rendition of it. But then we also have Chef Brandy, who is a judge, and she made her version of a non-traditional version of biscuits and gravy. But the best part about the Gravy Cup is where the money is going. It's going to the Boys and Girls Haven. So Chef Brandy, when you are judging, what are you looking for in particular?
You know, there's several categories of judging. You know, we're looking looking at the presentation, we eat with our eyes first. Viscosity and texture are a really big component. You don't want a greasy or lumpy gravy that doesn't sit well in your mouth. But the biggest always is the taste, the depth of flavor. Does it taste good? Do your flavors harmonize together? And does it stand out? You know, there's going to be over 30 local restaurants and chefs here, some of them doing all three categories. This is almost 100 biscuits and gravy. You know, your regular gravy's not going to cut it. You know, these chefs have to bring their A game and, you know, do something that's going to stand out.
And Chef Russell has perfected the recipe over at Vernon Lanes, because you guys served this on your brunch menu, but you also competed last year, but you made a couple of tweaks for this year's competition.
Absolutely. Like Brandy was saying, depth of flavor. Last year, trying a lot of the other competitors, Biscuits and Gravy have tweaked it this year, and I feel like it's going to be definitely in the top 3.
Oh, okay.
Now, I can't taste it because that would be biased,
Yes,
but I can smell it, and it looks delicious.
And Chef Russell and I can attest that Chef Brandy's is also really good. But the biggest part about this competition is it's more than just gravy because of where the money is going. And we know that this organization helps so many kids across Kentucky. So if you are interested in not just trying some biscuits and gravy, you should come out to the Gravy Cup because it's for a great cause. And they don't just have biscuits and gravy. They're going to have drinks and so much more.
Kids section, you know, there's face painting and games. There's usually music there. The new location is at the Louisville Slugger Field. I'm so excited about the new venue. But you can purchase tickets at gravycup.com. Also, the link in my bio at chef.brandy. You can go straight to the ticket sales. I mean, the money is for a great cause, and I mean, you get to try almost 100 biscuits and gravy with it. I mean, what is there, you know, to lose? So yeah,
your belt, your butt,
and just so you know, it's unlimited. You know, you get to try all of them. It's not like you just get to pick and choose. You can try every one of those biscuits and gravy, and you should try them all. I'm going to be trying them all. You know, so make it a challenge and try to taste them all.
And guys, again, if you fall in love with Chef Russell's recipe, you can always come out to Vernon Lanes, and I know for sure I'm going to be trying it again. I'm going to send it back to you. Marissa Burke, Wave News.
Thank you so much. And that was so funny. You could lose your belt. Good point.
And a button. So
and a button.
This is why sweatpants are the way to go. That way you keep everyone else safe. Nobody's getting hit by flag buttons. We're good.
So $35 if you want to go to Gravy Cup, and 9 to 17-year-olds, $15.
Yeah, and you get to try almost 100 different types of gravy. So why not? Why not? For those of you heading out right now, what we are seeing across the area, those temperatures in the 40s. So off to a warmer start for the day. 41 degrees for those of you in Madison, 46 in Hardinsburg, 47 at the airport in Louisville. Across the metro, seeing a lot of those mid to upper 40s for this morning. Now, a lot of the clouds are showing up still on our satellite and radar and the SkyTrack camera. You can see that little break in the clouds there off into the distance, trying to give us a touch of sunshine to start things off. But yeah, that's backing up what we're seeing on the satellite and radar, mainly the cloudy skies. While we have had some drizzle trying to fall, the drier air, the lower levels of the atmosphere have been eating away at that. So we really haven't seen much actually reach the ground this morning. Still watching this cold front off towards our northwest. It will slowly make its way into our region as the day goes along. And as it does so, it's going to keep the clouds overhead. With the southerly wind in our forecast for most of the day, we're looking at highs today in the 50s. And then for later on this evening, some drizzle will come back our way. So we'll see that drizzle showing up in our forecast as early as about 6, 7 o'clock. It's going to have to battle a lot of that drier air at the lower levels of the atmosphere before rain chances really go up towards midnight and beyond. But even those rain chances not looking super impressive. As of right now, we're still looking at more of that rain taking over after about 12, 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. Still mainly watching areas south of 64 initially. That wave moves out, and then another wave moves in towards 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. With our temperatures in the 30s for most of us at that point, we can get some snow or sleet trying to mix in with some of this rainfall, but with temperatures staying above the freezing mark in most spots, we're not expecting any major issues. Switch back to that plain old light rain as everything wraps up for the second half of your Thursday morning, and by Thursday afternoon, getting some sunshine trying to come back into our forecast. Overall, less than 1/10 of an inch of rain expected in most spots. For some of you south of the parkways, you could get closer to 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch of rain. For your Friday and Saturday things are quiet. We get into Sunday. We're going to be talking about some cooler temperatures. And then for the beginning of next week, another system arrives. This will bring some more of that wintry mix, snow, rain into our forecast for portions of your Monday, adding back in more of that rain and even a mix for some of you on Tuesday. Wednesday, right now trending quiet before we add in warmer weather and more rain as we get towards the end of next week. So certainly going to be keeping an eye on that active weather pattern as we head into next week. Shannon.
Thank you, Tawana. The family of Nancy Guthrie is now offering a $1 million reward for her recovery. Today, co-host Savannah Guthrie announced the new reward in an Instagram post Tuesday morning. In the video, she implores anyone with information about her 84-year-old mother to come forward, saying while her family still has hope for Nancy's safe return, they acknowledge she may no longer be alive.
If you've been waiting and you haven't been sure, let this be your sign. So please come forward, tell what you know, and help us bring our beloved mom home so that we can either celebrate a glorious, miraculous homecoming or celebrate the beautiful, brave, and courageous and noble life that she has lived.
The new post generated over 750 calls to the FBI tip line in the first 12 hours. Nancy Guthrie was reported missing from her Tucson, Arizona home February 1st. She did not show up for a church service at a friend's house. The FBI is offering also a $100,000 reward for any information that leads to Guthrie or an arrest, and an additional $102,500 reward is being offered through Tucson Crime Stoppers. Also, Savannah Guthrie announced that the Guthrie family will donate $500,000 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Team USA's men's hockey players traveled to Washington, D.C. in style aboard a presidential plane to attend the State of the Union address Tuesday evening. They greeted troops at the base when they landed and continued on to the White House. President Trump told the players over speakerphone the night of their gold medal win that they'd be invited to the White House. About 20 players attended, and they also, that gold-winning medal women's team, they were invited but declined because of scheduling issues. During his State of the Union address, President Trump also said that the invitation to them to the White House remains open. The women's U.S. hockey team was also invited to celebrate their Winter Olympic gold medal win with rapper Flavor Flav. The rapper is also opening the party to any woman who won a medal at the Games or the Paralympic Games. The founding member of Public Enemy is no stranger to supporting both the Winter and Summer Olympics. In 2024, he was the official hype man for the U.S. water polo teams at the Paris Summer Games. The Boys in Purple debuting a new look for the upcoming season. We have details on how you can get your hands on the new kits. Louisville City has unveiled new kits for the 2026 season. The club's second in a partnership with Puma. The new home and away jerseys shared the theme called Earn Your Stripes. They say the new looks each feature pinstripes meant to represent the work Lou City's players and fans put in and day out, which all comes together on game day at Lynn Family Stadium. In addition to the pinstripes, the purple home kit has white trim on the sleeves and a collar. That's a first for a Lou City home jersey. The away kit is primarily white with gold and a vertically striped pattern that echoes the home kit. The kits are on sale to the public right now at lousoccerstore.com. They'll also be on sale at the team store starting this morning at 10. The Sky Soul Music Festival is making its return to Louisville with a packed list of headliners. The festival is happening August 8th at Waterfront Park. Headliners include Grammy Award-winning artist Fantasia, along with Busta Rhymes, Anthony Hamilton, DJ Cool, and Antonio Armani. Additional artists will be announced at a later date. The festival will also feature curated food vendors and interactive fan experiences throughout the day. Tickets are on sale right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Olivia is off today, so that's all we have for now. Hope you have a great Wednesday.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good morning, I'm Shannon Kogan. Police continue to look for a man they say held up a bank on Bardstown Road near Bonnycastle. It happened around 1:45 yesterday afternoon at the Chase Bank. Police say a man entered the bank and demanded cash. He was able to get some money before running away. If you know any information or you're in the area, maybe record it what happened, you can contact LMPD. Let's go to Tawana. Boy, you don't need that big coat today.
No, but still grab that jacket though, because we are waking up the temperatures in the 40s across the entire region. 42 in North Vernon, 45 right now for those of you in Munfordville. Our cool spot is 39 degrees in Madison, so that's a big improvement from where we started off the day yesterday. We are seeing some breaks in the clouds overhead, but still plenty of these clouds showing up on our SkyTrack camera and also on our satellite and radar. Now, this morning we could see some drizzle here and there, but overall, most of us just seeing a cloudy start to the day. Going to keep a lot of these clouds around through the morning into the afternoon, with highs today jumping all the way into the mid to upper 50s. It's not till later on tonight that we start to add in some rain chances, especially the later on in the night that we go. In terms of what we're dealing with on the roads this morning, not seeing much going on. We have the typical slowdowns on Bardstown Road as you're approaching the Sliders, since we have a lot of lights in that area. Not really surprising. Thankfully, no crashes as of right now to speak of, and hopefully it stays that way. Going to knock on wood for that. What we're dealing with for the rest of the week, some showers around for your Thursday morning. Once we get into your Friday, we're talking about warmer temperatures, more sunshine. Same thing on Saturday. So I know we have a lot lot of events going on across the region on Saturday, so the warm weather is going to help with all of that. Then we roll into your Sunday, cooler across the region with a front moving through then. And then we'll have to watch for rain, snow, wintry mix coming into our forecast on Monday.